Hi guys, and welcome to Fabulous Fridays. So for those of you that don't remember me, my name is Kel and I'm usually in the Thursday slot along with Rachel. However, yesterday I couldn't get my webcam to work and it was a complete disaster after having no computer for several weeks and having to use a really old laptop. So hopefully the slideshows I've made over the last few weeks have been of some sort of use, and this week I'm finally back on cam and I'm joining Lauren just for this week as Eliza wasn't able to make her video. First of all, I'm using this new webcam and the sound quality seemed pretty good when I tested it, but everything kind of seems a bit green, and I'm not sure if that's because I'm recording this about 5 o'clock in the evening and in England it's pitch black now, so I'm under this light, or if it's because I haven't quite figured out the settings of the webcam yet, but hopefully the sound quality turns out good and that's all that matters really. So this week's topic, as you've probably already figured out, is about inspiration, and so each of the collab presenters are talking a little bit about what inspires us in recovery, and I think that this was very well timed for me because I definitely needed reminding to stay motivated in recovery at the moment. Now, as most of you know, I have recovered from my eating disorder and I have been a healthy weight and sort of been eating disorder voice free for quite a while now. But that doesn't mean that life's without its struggles, and sometimes it's easy to forget what you're staying healthy for. So I think that keeping things, inspirational things that remind you to stay healthy and to try and think positively is really good. So one of the main things that I started to do this time last year was to keep a photographic memories book, and so it was just a regular humongous photo album, and I got one with butterflies on because I thought that was quite symbolic. And so what I do everywhere I go when I have a happy memory type event, I make sure that I take plenty of pictures. Let's check I've got this the right way. And then I put them all in here, as you can see. And there's pictures of me with my friends and things like that. And that's really good for me to kind of look at, and when I'm struggling and things aren't going so well, it's really good for me to look back at happy memories and remind myself that they exist, that I have had happy times even when I've really struggled, because it's easy when things are difficult to only focus on the negative, and that really helps me to look at the more positive side of things. And actually, on a side note, I've just noticed how dark my glasses look on the camera, and they don't actually look that dark in real life. I think it's because of the lighting, but anyway. So another thing that I have that I find quite inspiring is I keep this next to my computer. Usually it's up there by the screen, and what I've got here is a little pillow that says, it's actually an ornament, that says hope on it, which was sent to me by an online friend. And I have this butterfly that I had off quite a close friend, and she sent me that to symbolise the change that I was going through. And those both just to help remind me that my friends are there for me and that they're rooting for me too, even when I feel most isolated, when I'm home alone and things. And the friend that gave me the butterfly also tends to send me little poems and things, and I have a couple of them here and the rest are over there. But the two that I have here are my favourite. And this one's just a little card that says friendship on it. It means so much to me knowing how much you care, and that if either of us needs to talk, the other will be there. Your friendship is a special gift that I treasure every day, and I hope you know I value it more than words can say. I think that's really nice, and it kind of just reminds me that I do have people, because it's easy to isolate yourself when you're recovering, and so that's something that helps me. And the other one's a short poem, and I don't actually know who it's by, but it's called Taking That Risk, and I'll read that to you as well. It says, To laugh is to risk appearing a fool. To cry is to risk appearing sentimental and soft. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To show up and expose your feelings is to risk exposing your inherent self. To place your ideas, your dreams, your desires before people is to risk their loss. To love is to risk you might not be loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To show strength is to risk showing weakness. To do is to risk failure. The greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing gets nothing, has nothing, is nothing. He may avoid suffering, pain, sorrow, but he does not learn, he does not grow, he does not live, he does not love. He has sold for feigned freedom, integrity. He is a slave, chained to safety, locked away from fear, because only a person who is willing to risk, not knowing the result, is free. I think that's absolutely fabulous, and I find that, really inspiring. And I do generally find poetry quite helpful, and I keep a file of my own poetry that I have written, and I also from time to time will print poems that people send me, and I keep a box that has those in it, and I also in there have printed messages my friends have sent me, conversations I've had and things like that have helped me when I've been struggling, and I keep those all in a box. And one other thing is I have a picture of me when I was very young, and that was, I don't know, I guess I'm 2 or 3 in that picture, I'm not really sure. And this was a picture that my granddad took of me, and you can't tell because the picture's quite grainy in the dark, but I'm sat eating some sort of ice cream sandwich or something. And having this picture of me when I was little inspires me to recover, because sometimes it's quite easy to get in that frame of mind where you hate yourself and you hate everything that you are and everything that you're feeling, and you only see yourself as you are today, you only see yourself as your struggle. And for me to look back and see a picture of me when I was so small and so innocent and so unaware of life and everything that I was going to experience from that point on, it just makes me remember how I have to be kind to myself, and how inside that's who I really am, and that's who I need to treat with care and with love. Other things that I find inspiring is music, and if you go on to our webpage, and I'll put a link to that in the bar, I think it's this side, there is a suggested music list, I believe, that Tracy put up, and I do find that listening to music can be really helpful. And sometimes if I'm feeling stressed out and I want to scream and shout, I quite like putting angry music on to kind of let that out. But at other times I kind of appreciate music that speaks what I'm feeling, and then other times more uplifting music that can make me just feel better. And I don't know if everybody sees so much in music, but that's definitely something that does help and inspire me. So I hope that this video's been useful in some way for you guys, and I would really recommend everything that I've said is keeping like a memories book. That really does help me more than anything. And so I'm going to leave it there, and I'll be back next week, so take care of yourselves till then guys. Bye.